Sorry about that. I'm doing great, doing great. Guys, a little bit under the weather, but I will survive.
Nice way to be. Yeah, my kid was sick last night, and then she seemed fine this morning, so we took her to daycare. But I'm just waiting for them to call and be like, "No, you have to pick her up." We'll see.
Yeah, I pray I sleep and wake up, and I'm good already.
The best way to get through it, right, is some sleep.
Yep, 100%.
Starting to move from autumn to winter here. Trees are starting to get bare. Still got colors on them for now, but very little green.
I hear we got snow in the forecast for today.
Oh, really? That's not good.
Yeah, it's a little ahead of schedule, but we'll see what comes of it.
And Thinker, how's it going?
Hey guys, did I hear snow in Toronto?
No, I'll take snow over rain in November. I was like picking up the kids the other day, and I was just like stuck in the rain in November. And I was just like, I finally understand that song, November Rain. It's just terrible.
That is a fantastic song. Don't you say terrible.
No, the November Rain part of it is terrible.
Okay, yeah.
Being November Rain is bad.
Yeah. Song, I mean, just play that song over and over in your head as you're stood in the November rain, and you'll be totally fine.
Pretty much what I was doing, just like, yeah, we were all waiting. There's just like tons of people waiting for the transit, and we're all just like huddled under the bus shelter, and it was.
And then a song broke out, November Rain.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can really handle that song. Like one person can sing that song properly.
Yeah, it takes a special person. Absolutely. Yeah, well, winter's coming, so lucky for you, you might not have winter and November rain for too much longer.
Yeah, I'll take the snow. I'll definitely take the snow over the rain.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's get started. What do we have? Aramus was here. Tom was here. Jonathan, Thundy, Winverse, and a Thinker. All right. GM, one and all, welcome to our weekly tactical meet where we prioritize work, eliminate blockers, and overall just see what's going on in different parts of our Bankless Card organization. Down on our top level metrics here, we are plus 1% to 49% ready to launch a POC. Gonna break that 50% pretty soon, maybe even next week, hopefully next week. And so that's really exciting. You can see a little bit more on that spreadsheet. I think that like the two biggest things that we're missing, you can see like funding's almost, an app is almost, is a big thing left, but card issuing, legal, DAO partners, and related assets, those are all okay. It's really the launch campaign and the app that we're really working on right now. So yeah, just as an FYI in the high level, on the lead metrics, we got plus 4 pre-launch emails, bringing us up to 1,264. We have half of the POC raise in the multi-sig right now. We're going to start kicking the bushes to try to get some more commits into the multi-sig as we go. We are at 28% completion of the alpha app, and we got some hopefully unblocking stuff happening this week. And percent completion of launch campaign planning. Don't see Coffee Crusher here, but she had some issues with her power earlier this week, so maybe that's the same kind of thing. On the team-wide announcements, I really want to work on the payroll today. So if you've done work that you haven't been compensated for, it would be great for you to post a proposal in BCard governance. Just a reminder, anyone can post a proposal. All you have to say is what did you do and how much do you think that's worth in terms of bank. So yeah, feel free to put that into BCard governance if you're looking to get compensated for something. New member intros. I don't see anyone who's new, so I'm just going to hop right over into our milestone perspective. On the funding side, we have the funding needed to launch a POC. On the donations, NF Thinker and I are going to pick this up a little bit. We want to try to leverage the hype that we have right now. I guess, like, as we are in this pre-launch phase, this idea that the hype is kind of nearing its zenith before the launch. The idea that we are launching with a card, we're going to have a POC soon, that is a very compelling story to get people to donate right now. And, after we launch, or if we needed the money to keep the lights on, that would not be a very compelling story to tell. So it's better for us to try to raise some of those donations now rather than later. So we're going to start working on that a little bit more. And if there are any updates on the NFT status for donators?
No, I just have to finalize setting up the account and uploading the designs. So Bobo sent me those across in full res, and I can get those uploaded to Manifold now. I've created the account. It's currently on testnet. And yeah, we're nearly there.
Amazing. On the grant accelerator side, we talked to DownSDAO about funding. They recommended that we apply for the base grants now because the NOGS token's on base, and for Prop House a little bit later. Either one of these grants would get us basically to all the commits that we need. I think they're like 5 ETH each, so that's pretty much all that we need left to filter around in terms of commits. And so we'll see if we can make that happen. Alliance also emailed me and asked us to submit for their accelerator, which is a 250K accelerator on Farcash for anyone with an active user badge, and I have an active user badge. So if we apply for Orange DAO, which is 100K, then we could potentially do that. I'm a little bit worried about the terms, and so I might not end up applying for Orange DAO, but we'll see. It might be worth the hour that it takes to put the proposal together. And going down onto our app, POC ready to launch. I made some wireframes of the onboarding based on the transcard info that we got from them last week. Got some additional clarifications at our weekly meeting yesterday, so I'm going to edit those flows, and Anna said that she's going to take some time to design them. Tom was able to get our database working, which is a pretty big milestone for us as well. I think that it is not a user-facing feature, but a lot of the data that we needed, just having a place to figure out our data flows is really decided not to use in future. But we'll ship some splash screens in case you haven't seen on the POC thread. You can go take a look. I left you some feedback, Lawrence, and feel free to update when you get a chance. Lots of fiat-related stuff has been blocked by Transcard, just based on us missing some of the test credentials. I'm hoping that we can get that kind of stuff this week. According to our meeting last week, she's going to try to expedite it. So hopefully that stuff gets unblocked. And we have a new requirement from NounsDAO. They want to have an invite code. And this invite code is a way for them to create exclusivity. They're not worried at all about hitting, like, we are trying to aim for 1,000 users between NounsDAO and Bankless DAO in this launch, and they're saying that they themselves could probably do 2,000. So actually having more users isn't a bad thing at all. So yeah, they seem to be with this invite code, they're probably going to be reducing the potential users that we can have, but it's interesting. We'll see how this actually turns out, but it's nice to be able to test this kind of idea of exclusivity. On the card issuing side, Nouns card art approved. So that test program is going to come in soon. And the BDAO card art, we may have to remove the DAO logo for now. MasterCard is getting a little bit antsy about that DAO logo. Do you have some updates on that, NF Thinker?
Yeah, I actually came up with something slightly different today. So I'm actually going to share that. Let me just send this quick message there, and then I'm actually going to drop it in the POC launch campaign thread. So you can just share that on your screen. And this was after taking the feedback from marketing department on board. Coffee Crusher has been backing and forthing with them, which has been super helpful. And Ornella and Sandy both say go as simple as possible. Then we also have this one, which I did not make a copy of. And I knew I was going to need it, so I should have done that, but I'll grab that right now as well. So that one has the two logos, the same size as the MasterCard logo. And that tends to be, after looking at some different cards, it tends to be the vertical height that's filled up by the logo or the logo and the name from other brands out there. Then this was another option, and I'm going to just drop this in 1 second in the same spot. So this is with a blurred out stack of tokens. It seems a bit much to me. One or the other would be best, but I kind of prefer the two logos up in the corner.
Cool. Nice. Well, thanks for those updates. I'll leave it to you. Whatever we do, let's just try to push Crystal to get this stuff approved as quickly as we can. We're going to start running into issues as we go. So, cool. Thanks for that update.
Any comments from anybody else? Please say them now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
If we do change the designs in the future, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, we can always change the design in the future. No problem.
Yeah, I think like the one thing I'm worried about is that on physical card, we don't know what the finish is going to look like, and it looks like these are rather cheap cards. So I'm worried that what's going to end up, it's just like with our landing page, when you do it minimalism with black and like web fonts, it looks like a page from it, like before we changed some things. It ended up looking like a page from like the 90s, right? It's the same thing with physical products. If you try to slick something, but you don't take into account, like if you try to make something look visually slick, but you don't take into account the physical properties and materials, you can sometimes end up making it look cheaper than you might think. So while I'm in for like this kind of like black, sleek look, you may not find the physical cards look as good as you might hoped.
Well, the black should be good. The black is within color gamut, so that's not a problem. The tokens might not be within color gamut, and that would be a problem, the stack of tokens. So you're right. Having those gradients, those gray gradients on the B token stack of B tokens there, that could look a little off. They gave specific guidelines for CMYK colors, and those don't all fit because of the gradients. So, that's my only main concern. And I did ask Crystal about it, but I guess we'll hear back from them soon.
Yeah, it is what it is, and we're going to get something out, right? And then hopefully we'll get something better out later. So,
We're a far cry from NFT screens.
Exactly. Yeah, look at that though. Knock on wood. All right, card printing is going to take 10 days, and we're going to look to have some of those cards in our hands after that time. So Crystal, who is our contact from Transcard, will then send them to us, so that by us I mean me, Tom, and NF Thinker, so that we can try to test and use them as we're going with these test programs. On the legal entity side, NF Thinker signing up with Unblock to move some money from the multisig to the US bank account. How's this going?
I've submitted all the required documents, and I don't believe I've heard back from them yet. No, not yet. So I'll await their contact.
Awesome. On the DAO partner side, we are complete here. Launch campaign, I would wait for Coffee Crusher, but maybe she left some stuff in the Asana task and related assets. No progress on this. Let's go ahead and check our Asana board. And of course I didn't. I will duplicate this. Duplicate task. What is the ISO week? Week 45. Here we go. All right. So while that is duplicating, I'll go into the inbox base grant. And I think I know that you are working on this success criteria. Submit a grant to base, and I know that you're waiting for me to create a 1-minute video.
Maybe, sorry, just to cut in there, maybe we could use one of Andy's videos, because those are under a minute, aren't they?
Oh yeah, potentially. Did it say? Is there any kind of guidelines for that video?
No, just to upload a 1-minute video. I would assume they might want us talking about base, but or about how we're going to implement it. But I've explained how we're going to implement it. Maybe they just want to know more about our product. So I'll take a quick look through Andy's videos and see if we can just submit one of those. That might be easiest.
Build on base. Where are you finding these base grants? Ecosystem apps grants. There we go. So this is it.
Yeah, it's down there. It's a ways down there. But it says, let's see here. Link to a 1-minute demo video. We don't really have a demo video. Maybe this is something that we need to get.
I mean, we could create a demo video on our current app, I guess, except we don't have a lot of the functionality that one might need.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's fine, because I've said that we haven't shipped on base yet. So as long as they just want to see the design of the app, would you be able to do a 1-minute walkthrough with audio?
Yeah, probably. I could probably just do it straight on my phone. Is the app on production working, Tom? You had said that you were doing some changes today that may have broken prod. You're also muted, Tom. I don't know if you know that.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it should be working. I think there might be a little bit of a glitch with the logout function currently up at production, but I'll get it tightened up in the next couple hours.
Cool. All right. So, Rainus, did you spend 5 hours at least a week on Bankless Card in the last week?
Yep. Still on subtitles, but yeah.
So, and a thinker?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Tom?
Yes, indeed.
All right. And I'll ask Coffee Crusher and Hasu. All right. So I will remove that from our all team inbox. So that's a base grant. Working on that this week. Put it in the this week section. Nouns Prop House grant. This is going to be done a little bit later. So I'll put it into the next up section. Milestones and projects. We have the funding we need. The POC is launched. I'm going to go ahead and put the POC at the top here right now, and the on-chain goodies very close behind. Actually, the on-chain goodies are probably a little bit more urgent right now in Thinker, so I'm going to leave that there for you because we want to get our donators those NFTs that they expect. All right. And on this side, I haven't reviewed the customer journey maps, but Rainus, I'll put on my thing to do today. Review customer journey maps.
We probably will need to make a new customer journey map for the POC after you reviewed this one.
Okay, sounds good. We'll take a look. And on the card art side, I think are we still blocked, NF Thinker?
I just had a conversation. I have a product designer who is she's studying, and I can give her a look at this, and maybe she could maybe add some notes and maybe some changes. If
The customer journey map you're talking about?
No, card design.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of wiggle room, we definitely do have wiggle room. I would stick. So basically, Rainus, we can use those two logos, and we can use like line art. Do you know what I mean? So like non-descriptive, no text. We can't add any more words to it at all. Period. Also, there's strict CMYK guidelines. So if anybody was to come up with anything, it would have to be print ready. That being said, we can't come up with anything that's off the wall right now because we're so close to production phase. So if anything, the best feedback would be like logo positioning. I can also provide with the overlay, card art overlay, and that will help them visualize why we're doing it this way.
Yeah, just to my thought is just to fix it up, and if you could send what you just said in text form so I can forward it, and the resources that you are using to create this, that will be perfect.
But I think it's really important to note that literally right now she's getting this to the printer. Okay, like the only reason we're changing it right now is because this stuff wasn't accepted by MasterCard. So it's very tight timeline. So if we can make it better, absolutely make it better. But just understand that even like a couple hours of delay may mean that it's that like the work that they did is not going to get in, right? So let's just keep that expectation in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, understood.
Yeah, so everything that appears, I just sent you a DM, Reynes, everything that appears on that card, those are the only things, logos or text that can appear on that card. Cool. All right, well, we'll take this to the DMs and treat it urgently.
All right, cool. So I guess we're blocked on this for now. Base grant is in here. Alpha app is still the most important thing, along with the NFTs for friends and family round. Moving our money from our multi-sig, more important than these grants. POC launch campaign, more important than these grants. And then the app deploy is up there as well. It's getting there, so I'm going to stick it there. Bach Dragonoff said that he'd work on it this week. Friends and family round, I'm going to leave it right here for now. Contributor NFTs. Ibiza next. What's going on here, Reynes?
I was muted. I fixed up the ending of the vlog. It's uploading currently on Dash, and we'll be able to post it on the YouTube channel. And I will have some reels ready soon to post as well. And then we're done with the Ibiza next.
All right, website V2. I'm going to go ahead and put this into next up because it's just not happening right now. Create a way to set the date range. I assume there's no updates on this, Tom, but.
No, same old, same old. It's good as is, but has some bug fixes that need to make it better.
I'll put it into next up for now. We'll leave it there to kind of tighten up what we're doing on here. POC launch campaign. We did get some updates from Coffee Crusher, approved by Rachel for Crypto Sapiens podcast. Will be the last guests on her show. Announcement channel for link to sign up and getting us on Making Bank as well. So that's great too. I do think I need to maybe spend a little bit of time with Coffee Crusher to look at what's going on with this launch campaigns and break it down into a more into a kind of like better breakdown here, so we have a more accurate description of it, but I will look at that a little bit later. Other than that, I think we're okay here. I will say that we have this 1 minute meeting for the 1 minute thing for the base grant. That's happening this week. Okay, yeah, so that's good. Anything else that we're working on that's not on this list? All right, let's pop back over to the shipping section and let's just take it out. I tried to put some stuff in there, but anyone who wants to add on the things that they shipped, please feel free to do that. So I gave US Bank access to NF Thinker, who is working on getting, who signed up for Unblock. So that's really great because we need to move some money from our multi-sig to our fiat bank account. Myself and Tom did some major work on app data. I refactored the auth to allow user data in subpages, which is really useful. Tom refactored the login and logout to keep the user data between pages. Again, really useful. And Tom implemented Postgres DB on our own for our data storage that we need. So that's some updates on the data side, and it created some wires for the DAO selector and claim flow, of which I reviewed and used those wires to create some additional wires for the onboarding flow, which I need to update today. Actually, I'm just going to write that down. Update onboarding wires. I bugged 4 potential donors. I'm going to start bugging some more today. Coffee Crusher shipped a BDAO landing page, and links NF Thinker and Reynes reviewed, and NF Thinker even made some additional art for it. Coffee Crusher and NF Thinker shipped some card art. We got some feedback from the marketing department and MasterCard, which is why we're scrambling on these changes right now. NF Thinker, Links, and Coffee Crusher met with .now to solidify the marketing plan. They have a big launch coming up at the same time as us. So this is going to be a co-launch, and hopefully we can create some good synergy between our two groups. myself and Tom met Privy to go through their offering. We'll talk a little bit below about that. And Lawrence shipped some splash screen candidates. I gave you some feedback on that, Lawrence, so take a look at that as we go. And if Thinker created a base multisig, which we will need because Nogs is on base. So base is an OP stack chain. Probably one of the most used chains because it's integrated into Coinbase Wallet. So that's kind of interesting as well. On the discussion side, before we move on to there, anything anyone else has shipped that they want to share? No? Okay, great. Let's go on to the discussion. So I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier above, embedded wallets and account abstraction wallets. I will say that getting into this thing, I didn't quite realize the differences and constraints of what these two different things were. So embedded wallets and AA wallets, what are they? Well, essentially, we had a set of requirements, and there are these two different technologies, embedded wallets and account abstraction wallets. I think they're honestly both terrible names, but they are names that people are using. And our requirements were that we wanted to users to be able to log in using a wallet or a QR code, wallet or an email, and each user was going to have their own in-app wallet to avoid edge cases as we start creating integrations with external dApps. We wanted to be able to pay gas fees for users, and we wanted to be able to sign messages on the user's behalf. Now, some constraints on the account abstraction wallets. These are wallets that exist on the blockchain. They are smart contracts. It's easy to pay gas with these account abstraction wallets. That's one of the reasons that they were invented. But it's not clear how to connect or sign up with dApps using these wallets yet. I would say that it is something that we need to spend some time figuring out. And it's easy to connect and sign to dApps with embedded wallets, but it's hard to pay gas. And embedded wallets are essentially just wallets that are created based upon the user's login information, so their email or their social, and they're recoverable based upon those. So another constraint that we have that it's not really a constraint, I guess, it's a requirement. The only transaction that we have in the POC, based upon our current look at this, is claim rewards. So it's really just user says, hey, I want my rewards, and we send them rewards. And then changing wallet architecture is hard. We should really try to avoid changing wallet architecture once we have it in place. So our decisions were that we're not going to have any embedded wallets in the proof of concept. We're going to keep a ledger of rewards and allow the users to claim. It could be as basic as every week we do a review of all the user spending, give them one bank per dollar, and then we have that ledger in a database somewhere on our end. It's just basically a CSV. It's basically a CSV that we import, and then when users want to claim their rewards once a week, we take all of the information, all of the users who want to claim their rewards, the amount that they want to claim, and we just do a CSV transaction out of our multisig. So it could be as simple as that. Hopefully we'll put some tooling around it to make it a little bit better, especially around the claim flow. Like, it would be ideal if we could have users claim instantly rather than having to wait for us to do a CSV, but that would require us to create a smart contract where we put rewards and that kind of thing. So we'll see. But yeah, we shall see about this. On the decision side, yeah. So, and then we're going to take the next couple months to figure out the architecture of wallets, and so like testing how we can connect smart contracts to dApps and this kind of thing. This is what we really wanted. This is one of our core hypotheses. If we make it easier to connect to dApps like Snapshot, like Pool Together, like Bankless Academy, if we make it easy for people to connect, they don't even need to necessarily know that they have a wallet, but they are connected, then people will be able to unlock some of these Web3 functionalities that that are available, but not just kind of like harder for them to use. So yeah, that's the kind of idea behind it. But yeah, does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, that makes sense to me. All right, everyone's rushing to their mute buttons. Absolutely. I think, what we do now has major implications for what we'll have to deal with in the future. So getting the right implementation now is super important. But of course, it's an exploratory an exploratory process. So as we find upgrades as we go along, I'm sure we can upgrade into those. I liked what you had to say about they're called Prism. Is that right?
Privy?
Privy. Yes. Yeah. When you explained it yesterday, it sounds like a good fit.
Yeah. So Privy is potentially .se who we were evaluating as well, who could be a potentially good fit as well. Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't say that we've decided yet which one we'll use, but I do think that we were going to use one of these as a Web3 auth provider as well. So basically, Web3 auth just means that we can say that they own the wallet or they own the email, and therefore, like it is, we can show that they own the email, and that's how we authenticate people and allow them into the app.
Okay, sounds good. And then in terms of connecting other wallets, you mentioned some potential limitations around that. You can see other wallets. Obviously, this doesn't seem like an important POC feature, I don't think. But after that, it would be great to be able to connect other wallets and see balances in certain locations. Is that right?
Both Privy and Dynamic do this out of the box. They allow you to connect multiple wallets and prove that you own those wallets, and so you can do things like add multiple wallets and then switch wallets and like look at the app from a different wallet or that kind of thing. I think like this kind of functionality, especially in the POC, not really necessary, but the further we go, we may find that we need it. It's pretty interesting, at least, and as they add things like new social things as well, you can. It's not just wallets; it also lets you like associate Twitter accounts and other things with users. So,
So with this base integration and with the NOGS tokens, essentially users will go to Bankless Card app and they will connect to an airdrop claim, or how will they otherwise collect their airdrop?
So it's basically like the claim is like I guess like it remains to be seen, but that claim functionality, in the worst case, the way that we could do it is basically they're asking for an airdrop, we verify and send it an airdrop to their wallet, right? So like the claim flow will basically ask for a wallet address, and it will allow them to claim all of their rewards at once, whatever's there. And then in the worst case, we will manually see that and be like, okay, we got to send this user an airdrop, and then we airdrop them, and then boom, they're good.
Yeah, but in the best case, that will be airdropped automatically.
In the best case, yeah, we'll have a smart contract or something which holds their rewards, and
right. Okay.
and they'll interact with that, and they can just get there.
And then moving forward, will they also be able to mint NFTs? So if a community wanted to offer them some sort of loyalty reward, they could mint that and even send that NFT to a separate wallet. I know I'm going slightly down the rabbit hole here, but obviously looking forward for use cases with these providers.
In general, yes, we want to be able to support NFTs in our app, but I would say that it's less important for us to figure out how to support that based on the information that we have, then figure out these like D-app integrations, because doing those D-app integrations kind of lays the groundwork for some of the NFT stuff too, because is it going to be an NFT in an embedded wallet, or is it going to be an NFT in an account abstracted wallet? And if we choose to do it the same way that we do a claim flow, is that going to cause some issues? So short answer, yes. Long answer, there are probably some additional work we need to do before we can get into that.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. All sounds Christy to me.
Cool. Any other questions, comments, concerns on this?
What chains are supported as an EVM?
What changes supported by what?
By Privy.
Yeah, so they are on like almost all of the chains, like almost all EVM chains, right? So just take a look here. I think they probably have lists.
Yeah, because each partner would be different.
Yeah, so customizing, configuring network. Default chain. Supported chains. Here we go. Where is these supported chains? Here we go. Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base, Goerli, Zalo, Ethereum, Goerli, Sepolia, Linea, Optimism, Goerli, Polygon, Zora. So yeah,
looks like EVM.
Yeah, pretty much EVM chains.
Okay, interesting, nice. Yeah, we might eventually have to look into Cosmos because there are a number of organizations there as well.
Yep. Yep. Fair enough. All right. Anything else that you guys want to discuss while we're all here together? No? Okay. Well, I guess just take your 23 minutes back then. Thanks everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. I think just getting heads down on the heads down part is fun, but takes up a lot of my brain energy. So I'm using my brain right now as we're trying to execute. So thanks everyone. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the meet.
See y'all.
Bye.